Hey, yo, come and sit down and shut the door. Real Housewives of Atlanta fans, yo, it looks like Drew got some explaining to do. Yo, what am I talking about? Drew made a big show of racing Ralph to the courthouse an hour early to file for divorce papers. Then she literally said if her demands aren't met, guess what? She was going to hit him with the 1-2, right? Of filing her divorce complaint. Then she came out and filed, and it came out that she said that he physically and mentally, put them paws on her. However, my sources came back, and I do want to say I broke the story, YouTube, if anybody cares, right? My sources came back and said, yeah, maybe, but that's all cap. Because guess what? Drew was the one stepping out on Ralph, and it wasn't with the man. That's right. Miss Drew Sidora that spent a whole season saying that she didn't touch LaToya. Drew Sidora got tongue-tied. That whole season that was Portia Williams' bestie, and you know Portia, right? Drew Sidora had just been outed by Mimi Fausts for cheating on Ralph with Mimi's former fiance, on-again off lover, Ty. What's this girl's name? Let's get into it. Let me throw the stuff on the Summer Jam feed. Ty Young. That's right. Mimi actually exposed her and exposed Drew Sidora. Y'all, let's throw this picture up on the Summer Jam screen. Now listen, Mimi could get things wrong and just be hating, but for right now, Mimi is 100%. She posted on her Instagram a photo of Drew Sidora and Ty Young with cryptic lyrics, right? She literally posted Ice Spice Munch. You thought I was feeling you? No, eat it for lunch. And she said, I'm a baddie, I get what I want. It's Ty hanging all over Drew Sidora. Now listen, if you guys don't know, Drew has been known to be a liar and to create narratives. You get bits of truth. Now, does this mean that Ralph did not mentally? No. Does it mean that Ralph was not a cheater, punk and eater? No. Does it maybe put more credence into what everybody was saying, that Drew and Ralph had an open relationship? Drew played for the home team, right? Drew just wanted freedom to do what she wanted. Her and Ralph had an open relationship, so he wasn't really cheating. That's not why she really flipped out when he went to Tampa. However, they had rules like every open relationship does, and they are saying that Ralph is actually heartsick. Ralph is heartsick because she was cheating right in front of Ralph's face. I got video from Ralph's birthday party, right? I'm gonna play it on repeat. Go ahead. She is actually in the party. Drew invited her. She was cheating right in front of Ralph's face. The whole city of Atlanta knew. The whole city of Atlanta knew about Drew's shenanigans. And Ralph is heartsick right now because he is blindsided. Now again, we're gonna have to wait to see what comes out in the divorce filings, but I did find it a little bit odd, that whole racing for an hour, holding off on putting stuff in there, and then coming out and amending the divorce complaint. A lot of people were saying that they thought maybe Drew was threatening Ralph with outing him. I'm not saying Ralph is in the closet, but this is what, I don't know, whatever. However, it looks like maybe Drew was afraid that Ralph was going to out her. Now, why is this an issue, right? If they had an open relationship, she had a girlfriend, it's no biggie, right? It's 2023, except for the fact that Drew is a holy, roly, devout Christian, a la Portia Williams, I'm just going to say, right? And it seems like they have proclivities. It could be said in that season when LaToya came on, Fallon came on, and Portia came on, right? I'm not Portia, Drew Sidora came on. Real Housewives of Atlanta was trying to cycle to a younger audience. Fallon, I believe, was supposed to be Cynthia's replacement. LaToya was supposed to be Kenya's replacement. And Drew was supposed to be Portia's replacement. Now listen, I don't know how much of Drew and Portia's personalities are alike. Drew is an actress. She plays things up. I will say that when it comes to Portia's alleged proclivities and her love of Munch Munch, it appears Drew might also be her friend, right? Now, again, Mimi Fausts posted this in her story with her on-again, off-again girlfriend, Ty Young. Ty Young lists her Instagram page as she is an athlete. She is Drew Sidora's on again, off again love. I'm sorry, she is Mimi Fausts on again, off again love. According to Mimi, she is Drew Sidora's current lover. Mimi seems very, very upset about this, almost as if Ty Young was seeing Drew behind her back and just saying, oh, we're friends, right? Listen, what do y'all make of this? It looks like Drew has been outed. And again, outing is a strong word because apparently everybody in Atlanta knew. Ralph, for whatever reason, is heartsick. Again, they're saying this open relationship that they have, Drew violated some rules. This actually draws into question now what Drew said about, and go watch my old video, go into it, what Drew said about Ralph cheating. Was he cheating if y'all had an open relationship? 2, 1, assuming Mimi Fausts is actually telling the truth. Mimi has never been known to be a liar. She always puts people on blast. Again, it was questionable her being in love with Stevie J, but she's never been known to be a liar, okay? That said, take this all with a grain of salt. We're going by what Mimi says. So if we take that with what Mimi said and combine that with what the streets are saying about the fact that there was an open relationship and that Drew was the one that crossed the lines and she fought for divorce first to control the narrative, what does that tell you? It draws into question that argument she said happened over her phone when Ralph wrestled the phone out of her arms. And I said, it sounds like he was trying to check her phone. Again, nobody has the right to wrestle this, but it sounds like she was trying to check your phone. It also calls into question, right? Was things as bad as Drew said, or did Drew put that out there to shut Ralph up? Now, at the end of the day, it might have worked. Maybe Ralph was out there doing stuff. Maybe Ralph was actually dead wrong. But isn't it funny that the person that actually exposed Drew, if this is true, is Ty Young's actual on-again, off-again girlfriend, former fiance, Mimi Fausts. Now let's talk about this former fiance thing, right? Why did Mimi call? Because it's another thing, Drew, you blew up your house for a woman that is a serial cheater. Literally, from these reports, the female Stevie J, we're going to get into that in a second, because it makes you think, if you blew your house up, did you mean to? Or did Ralph found out about it? And that's when he was like, I'm divorcing you. You lied to me. That's it. Again, Ralph has a history. People keep saying Ralph has a history of cheating, but does it? Or was Drew just in an open relationship and didn't want anybody to know? Remember Carlos King said 90% of people are in open relationships on Housewives? I'm just saying, right? Here's a flashback to the type of person Mimi Fausts is. Mimi Fausts and Ty Young call off their engagement. I wish Ty the best. After Ty Young was spotted hanging out with someone who was not Mimi Fausts, she clarified that she was single, and Fausts confirmed it. Ty Young is letting the world know she's single, which is her way of informing the public that she and Mimi have ended their engagement and their relationship for the second time. She shared this info after she was spotted hanging out with a former teammate. Okay, so she's a basketball player named Dejanay Carrington, and two appeared somewhat closer than just friends. This happened about a week after Mimi labeled her woman crush Wednesday. When someone called Young out over it, she clarified that people had it all wrong. In a post she would later delete, Young wrote, normally things happen in silence, but since we're here, you can't cheat when you're single, and I guess you can't have friends either. As for Mimi, she seemingly responded with a post about remembering who you are in stressful moments. She has directly responded to Young's comments about being single in the shade room, saying, it is imperative that you know Mimi is going to try to break every... Mimi, the funny thing is, Mimi is actually really smart, but she has a way of trying to intellectualize people's dirtbag behavior. Yes, Mimi, the stars and the moon and all this other stuff, but they're dirtbags. That's it. But she intellectualizes dirtbag behavior, not her own, but like when you intellectualize dirtbag behavior, everything becomes acceptable. I think that's where Mimi gets caught up a lot. But you know what? She's grown. She said it's imperative that when you say you are moving forward with your plans, life, or goals, that those words are followed by action and led by passion. My friends, we've all grown in the last 2 or 3 years. New friends and old, they remain people that we learn from and share our life stories with. In saying this, I want to make sure that I wish Ty the best. Remember, We all grow, and that's okay. It's okay to grow apart. Just respect each other in the process. So in Mimi's long-winded things, I think she was trying to say Ty was leading her on and juggling both of them. Ty responded by sharing Insta stories about being good, solid character, prioritizing peace, and answering God's prayers. They were previously engaged in 2020 before Mimi revealed they called things off in 2021 for cheating, but the couple reconnected, and in January 2022, they announced their second engagement at the Love and Hip Hop star's 50th birthday. Mimi's 50? She looks amazing. Now it sounds like Mimi as if they just grew apart again. It's sad these things in between them. As of last year, she told us in an interview that after they did both work on themselves, she's looking forward to seeing where things would go between them. Again, Mimi keeps giving this girl another chance, saying we're starting over on every level as friends, as getting to know each other, setting boundaries. I just want a clean slate. Let's start over and see where it goes. They've been on again, off again since 2020, but they've been dating since 2016. And Drew Sidora looks like she blew everything up with her marriage. Now we're going to talk about whether the marriage was worth it or not, but it looks like you grew everything up with Ralph, for this woman that can't be faithful to Mimi. Again, the video at Ralph's birthday party, she actually invited this girl. She's been cheating right in front of Ralph's face. Again, we're going to wait to see what Drew responds, because I don't think Drew's going to address this. I think Drew is going to go for Ralph's juggler and be like, but he was cheating too. I think that's 100% what she's going to say. You guys, listen, the whole city of Atlanta been known. Drew thought, I don't even think she kept it a secret. Everybody knows, everybody's been knowing, everybody's been laughing at Ralph behind his back, because apparently Ralph didn't know what was going on. Again, Drew's going to respond, and she's going to cover up. Again, you blew up your marriage for a woman that proposed to Mimi Fausts and 2 weeks later was caught cheating 2 weeks later after proposing. Now, I'm not saying you got to stay with Ralph, because a lot of what Drew says, again, just because Drew's wrong doesn't make Ralph right. You got to understand that. However, I will say, it's always the churchy ones. No offense to anybody Bible Belt, but y'all know those ain't no hypocrite like a Bible thumping, praise the Lord hypocrite. Because they literally in the back be on some Sodom and Gomorrah. The rest of us, we were like, we're just on a regular level of sin. You are like literally breaching commandments left and right. All jokes aside, Drew preached. She lied all season about whatever happened with her and LaToya. I'm guessing LaToya was telling the truth. I mean, I always thought LaToya was telling the truth, but I guess this is proof that LaToya is telling the truth about what happened. And I guess that whole Bolo episode where people were trying to say that Drew and Portia had something, I don't know, maybe there was something a little bit more to that. I'm just saying, y'all. Anyway, y'all, we broke this story. Shout out Tattletales. Yeah, Mimi looks like she confirmed it. That said, we now got to hear Drew's side of the story, because I will say it once and I've said it again. Just because Drew is wrong doesn't make Ralph Pittman right. And again, just because I think, again, yeah, you had a side girlfriend that you was taking super seriously, and you even had her in front of your husband's face, and he had no idea he was smiling and cheesing. Yeah, that's messed up. But Ralph Pittman, we have season after season after, well, a couple of seasons of you and your nonsense. Now, I do want to say this. We all know that Real Housewives, not even Real Housewives, Bravo Real Housewives series has been exposed for fake narratives, truths, just like real manufactured. So who knows whether what Drew presented as her relationship actually was. I'm waiting for Ralph to respond. They're saying he's heartsick. We'll see. That doesn't mean he wasn't responsible, right? We're saying he's heartsick. I'm waiting for Drew to respond, because you know Drew needs to keep that squeaky clean image. Listen, we were all looking in the wrong direction, talking about new daddy. We should have been looking at new mommy. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you later. Bye.